Hello everyone, I'm Jesus Arias and welcome to our fourth episode of TLN special presentation of Lula World 2009. I'm sitting here with Joseito Ortega, the creator and owner of Lula Lounge. And for today, Jose, we're gonna watch something really special. We had Ricardo Lembo in South Africa.
That's right.
What can you tell me about Ricardo Lembo? Because I understand he came all the way from Los Angeles.
Yes, that's right. Ricardo is an interesting artist. He was born in Africa. He was born in the Congo, but he's from Angolan parents. And then he ended up studying in California. And there he formed a band where he formed his own sound, where he mixed African rhythms with salsa, along with Jesus and Niño Perez, who's also playing tonight. They formed this group called Máquina Loca, and they have a lot of hits out there. They were an inspiration. That band and Ricardo Lembo was an inspiration for South Africa, and he's one of those guys, a pioneer in that form that we look to.
And Jesus is currently living in Canada, in Montreal.
He's living in Montreal. Yeah.
So it was like some sort of a reunion.
It's a reunion. We have Montreal, we have Los Angeles, and Toronto. We have Luisito Orbegoso bringing in the band here.
Let's just watch it. Ricardo Lembo in South Africa.
Good evening. Búscale manteca al galletón. Búscale. Búscale manteca al galletón. Búscale. Pero que búscale manteca al galletón. Búscale. Ponle grasa, ponle manteca al galletón. Búscale. Búscale, 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 búscale. Búscale. Manteca, manteca al galletón. Búscale. Búscale manteca al galletón. Búscale. Búscale manteca. ¿Cuál es la diferencia que hay? ¿Cuál es la diferencia que hay? ¿Cuál es la diferencia que hay entre galleta y galletón? Es que el galletón dura más. galleta y galletón.
When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about South Africa, which is like a very interesting Torontonian story, right?
That's right.
You don't want to miss that. Stick around. Welcome back. We are enjoying Ricardo Lembo in South Africa in this special presentation of 2009 Lula World. Jose, what can you tell me about South Africa? I understand you have a lot to do with the creation of this band.
Well, yeah, we presented a lot of bands in Toronto on our stage, but South Africa was the first band that kind of came from Lula. The reality is one night, Luisito and I and a couple of musicians were at my house having a couple of drinks, listening to music, and I played some CDs of the music that I like. I really like African salsa. And talking to Luisito, I said, I know African musicians, you guys don't really, work together a lot. How about if I introduce you to some African musicians and get some of the Latin musicians together and we create this sound? Why don't we work on creating a salsa band here that is influenced more directly by African music? And Luisito took the idea and we started working on it together. We arranged for the rehearsals, we talked about the material together, and then South Africa was born.
Inside the heart of Panama, and he was a West Indian man. He vivió y murió en Panama. He was a West Indian man. He vivió y murió en Panama. Hey. Time has passed, but discrimination endures. We must fight together to find its cure. West Indian man, he come from the Caribbean and found a home and a new.
Yo nací en la República Democrática del Congo y vivo en Estados Unidos desde hace mucho tiempo. Y cuando yo era niño vivía al lado de un bar donde tocaba la música congolesa, música cubana y yo tenía 8 años. Y fue en este momento que yo decidí que algún día formaré mi propia banda. Y entonces cuando llegué en Estados Unidos, fui a la universidad, estudié ciencia política con el objetivo de seguir mis estudios para ser abogado. Pero decidí que la música era mi primer amor. Por eso formé la banda Máquina Loca en Los Ángeles, y la música que nosotros tocamos es una mezcla de ritmos cubanos y ritmo del centro de África, de Angola y del Congo.
When we come back, more Ricardo Lembo, more South Africa, more Lula Lounge, more Lula World. Stick around. Welcome back. This is our fourth and last episode of TLN's special presentation of Lula World 2009. We're enjoying Ricardo Lembo in South Africa, but you know what? There's somebody in South Africa, he's like an icon for the Latin music, the Latin scene here in Toronto. I'm talking about Luisito Orbegoso. What can you tell me about Luisito Orbegoso?
Well, Luisito Orbegoso, he's one of these pillars. He's a pillar here in the community. He's been playing for a very long time, from the early days of salsa in Toronto, with some of the very early bands, Orquesta Fantasia, Banda Brava, Vibrason, and even with Caché, which one is some of the earlier ones when we started out. And he's just been one of these guys that has been always ahead of the talent-wise and just with the vision. He's been ahead of everybody, and now the community around him has kind of caught up.
Yeah, because he's like very well known here within the Latino, and not even the Latino, the Canadian culture that enjoys Latino music.
Yes, he's one of the busiest musicians that I know of, and he's always touring with other bands, and yeah, he's very in demand.
Well, let's keep watching Ricardo Lembo, South Africa, with our very own Luisito Orbegoso.
mambo yo. Que levante la mano el que tenga yema ya. Oye, mambo yo. Que levante la mano el que tenga Carlos y de Chango. Oye, mambo yo. Chaca chucuchucam, pucham, pam, pam, pam. Oye, mambo yo. Mambo, 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 yo yo we. Oye, mambo yo. Mambo, 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 yo yo we. Oye, mambo yo. Mokasi wanye, yo yo we. Oye, mambo yo. Mambo wanye, mambo wanye, yo yo we. Oye, mambo yo. Ahí nada más. Sopla. Oye, mambo yo. Oye, mambo yo. Oye, mambo yo. Oye, mambo yo. Ahí nada más. El agua. ¿Qué vaya a hacer su? Oye, mambo yo, mambo, 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 yo yo we. Oye, mambo yo, mambo, 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 yo yo we. Oye, mambo yo, mokasi wanye, yo yo we. Oye, mambo yo, mambo wanye, mambo, mambo, yo yo we. Oye, mambo yo. Oye, mambo yo.
When we come back, the final segment of the show. Ricardo Lembo and South Africa here on TLN. Welcome back. Guys, if you want to stay tuned, if you want to know what's going on here at Lula, all you have to do is just go to lula.ca for a complete schedule of performers, who's coming, who's just making people dance.
That's
Isn't
right.
that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. See who's coming up. Maybe even see a video clip on there too.
Well, thank you, Jose. Thank you so much for having us here all throughout these 4 shows.
Thank you, Jesus. It's been a pleasure to have you and TLN cameras here.
Well, let's keep watching, let's keep dancing. Ricardo Lembo, South Africa, here on TLN.
Tiene pimienta. Yo te juro, Ricardo, que esa liche, esa nena no que no hay que me entienda. Nicolasa, tu lengua tiene pimienta. Tu lengua tiene pimienta. Tu lengua tiene pimienta. Nicolasa, tu lengua tiene pimienta. Si no pregúntale a José y a Tracy, que están bailando mi rumba ahora. Nicolasa, tu lengua tiene pimienta. Tu lengua tiene pimienta. Sí. Tiene pimienta. Tiene pimienta. Tiene pimienta. Tiene
hasta el piso. Luisito,
¡Hey!
tengo entendido que la banda no hace cerveza, así que hay que meterse. Un brequecito contigo.
Parece que sí. All right. ¿Ustedes quieren seguir gozando?
We are going to take a short pause because the band needs a beer. One beer for everyone.
Yeah? So we keep on playing for you.
This is not the opera show.
Alejandra, tu lengua tiene pimienta. Ajá. Pimienta. Pili pili. Tu lengua tiene piri piri. Ajá, ajá. Chupaca, chupuca, pucha, pa, pa. Tiene pimienta. Ah.